today's review, we're going to go over this new Kenwood unit. This unit is sweet. It's top of the line in the double DIN receivers from Kenwood, USA. This model here is a DPX500BT. This is basically the step-up piece to the unit I just reviewed earlier today, which was the DPX300U non-Bluetooth model. So, just as I always do, I always take you for a quick walk around the block, show you what's going on. If you do purchase one, this is what you can expect to see in the box. First thing that I absolutely really like about this unit, oddly enough, is this amazing trim ring. Look at this trim ring. Look how beautiful. Glossy, smooth. Who wouldn't like that in their vehicle? So if you're using a factory finish, that thing just clicks on there. When you click that son of a bitch on there, you feel that quality. That thing is on there. And oddly enough, this is a feature that's disappearing in the modern age. Double DIN mounting rings. So if you're actually cutting a hole and you're going to install this unit, you know, as a new installation, just making a hole, putting a new unit in there, you can do that. They give you the trim ring. You can't use this one that I like a lot, but you can use this one here, which will cover up nicely. Clicks in equally as nicely as well. Gives you just enough to cover everything. Of course, this is a Bluetooth model, and it also comes with a full wireless remote control. The Kenwood RC405, which is what I'm holding, looks very much like last year's model, with the exception of the call and answer buttons located right there on the bottom. But it's nice and small, and instead of having a microphone built into the facer of the unit, they decided to give you the optional plug-in. So you got 20 feet, you can mount that microphone anywhere you like. Nice and small, comes with a visor clip, or you can just flush it wherever you'd like. Beautiful, variable color, illumination, gloss black, it's nice. This unit here, super light. I mean, this tells you just how amazing technology has come over time. Very light, and this is with a full CD mechanism built into it, folks. Lots of holes, so if you're going to ISO mount this unit from the side brackets of your existing factory car, not a problem there. I mean, look at this heatsink, it's a joke. Piece of aluminum, almost not even existent. It's basically like Kenwood saying, hey, you know what, this thing is so goddamn sophisticated, we don't even need the damn thing. And it doesn't. It stays cool. There's a plug for your microphone. Over here, regular antenna jack. Front, rear, and sub preamp outputs, 3 pairs. 2.5 volts, by the way, folks. Over here on the side, standard Kenwood 16-pin harness, same harness they've been using for eons. And over there on the bottom right, that's the plug for the V200, which would be the satellite radio expansion module to add to this unit. This unit also boasts a bunch of other stuff. This unit is compatible with the Kenwood apps, so that would be a necessary type of thing if you're going to utilize the Pandora, the iHeartRadio specifically, and this AHA, which I have never used it myself, but if you know about this thing, this works with it. So now I want to just shut this off because I've already done the overview. Now I'm going to start getting into the nitty-gritty with you. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of do my little talky thing in the background. Let the unit go through its demo mode so that way you can get a good feel of what you would see. I mean, because most of the time a lot of people might be very interested in purchasing this unit but can't actually make it to the store because it's just not, there isn't a store to be had. Or you just don't feel like wasting your gas to go out and see just this one particular unit. But of course, in this magic day of the internet, people like me bring the world right to you. So here I am. Here's your DPX500BT. So now I'm going to just basically talk a little bit about this and let you know what you're getting. So, of course, Bluetooth. Bluetooth is the name of the game with this unit. Pandora, AHA Radio, and the iHeartRadio app, which allows you to have over 1,500 radio stations across the USA with your iPhone or Android phone with this unit. Built-in amp on this unit, 50x4 peak, of course, which is not realistic, and I always tell you realistic because that's just wouldn't be me if I didn't. 22 watts RMS, super distorted if you had it at full blast, but this unit boasts 3 sets of preamp outputs for front, rear, and subwoofer preamp outputs. I would, of course, advise anybody to always buy a real amplifier to get real power from a system. This unit looks good, it's badass, it's ready for an amplifier. I say get one. Do it. Now, this unit here, They do say that this unit is steering wheel ready. Now, if you notice, like I showed you on the first part of my video, you notice the omission of a very important thing, which would be the steering wheel plug. Where does it plug into, right? I did the review of the 300U and I realized that I kind of stuck my foot in my mouth because I said it doesn't have it. However, I'm lying. Reason why I'm lying is because there are PAC interfaces which will learn via your remote control. You'd have to take your remote control, learn the frequency from the steering wheel, and you would transmit it through an IR sender to this unit to make it work. It's not a hardwired option, however, it still would work just the same. So let me just get that piece cleared up before people start attacking me, tell me I'm full of crap. So we went over the power, double DIN. This unit is 7.25 inches on the depth side, 4 inches top to the bottom, 7.5 you should give yourself on the width, left to right, because that's a standard double DIN size. This unit will play CDs, CDRs, RWs, all that stuff, MP3, Windows Media files, AAC files, built-in Bluetooth, which will do your hands-free calls and wireless music streaming. Of course, you can play, pause, and all that stuff while you're doing the Bluetooth, but while you're doing the Bluetooth, keep in mind that you cannot get all the information. That's when you're going to utilize the app-based stuff. But both are equally good. I mean, you could listen to, like I listen to audiobooks, and audiobooks for me, it just seems to work really well. I like to use the wheel on my iPod when I'm controlling it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But Kenwood gives you the option either way. So I am going to show you hands-on about the audio features section, but I'll go over it real briefly. This system has a System Q sound control with 7 EQ curves and a 3-band EQ. So what that means in English, I'm not a fan of it. I never have been with Kenwood, me personally, but it does get the job done, but it does require some good understanding of how sound works, whether it be home, car, however, you need to understand what frequencies are, how to make the most of them, how to use this unit. Unfortunately, the book is not very helpful on this section. People like me, I even have a hard time explaining to people how to do it because I was taught, you know, in real life by somebody who used to know about how to do it and knew it just really well. And he put it to me in every way that any man could ever put it to another. And damn sure he knew when I left, I understood. The good news is that you can obtain a good sound out of this unit. The bad news is that, like in all Kenwoods, I always pick on their audio section. They should just make a goddamn equalizer that's visual. Turn it up, turn it down. Everybody likes a bar to go up and down. I mean, come on, just get with the program already. I mean, Kenwood, JVC, same company. You look at a JVC unit. JVC, simple, laid out. You can see what you're doing. Not a big deal. You know, I don't know. I don't get it. So, something I don't really care for with Kenwoods, me personally. Never have. I think it's improving over time, but still, I don't know. Could be better. High pass filters, low pass filters, subwoofer, crossover built into the unit, of course. Again, getting back to the sound, if you're going to use this unit with an optional amplifier, it would be to your benefit because a subwoofer amplifier would give you much more control over your low pass filters than this unit's going to do. iPod direct control via USB. Right here, you could use your regular sync cable, which you already own, plug it right in, and get to work. Not a big deal. Also here, you got a 3.5mm analog cable. Kenwood has their own cable for the particular job, but I have here a standard CDIU50V, or you could use a generic, original. This is the same as a JVC KSU29. They're all the same. 3.5mm USB iPhone plug. Very straightforward. Plug it in, bing, there you go. Also notice that the iPod and stuff is on the front, not on the rear of these units. And they have this little door to cover it up, keep the dust out. That's how that part works. Okay, moving forward, talked about the sound. We talked about the front jack for the auxiliary inputs because there is nothing on the rear. The rear RCA, by the way, if you're familiar with most of these Kenwood units, is not selectable. You cannot create an analog audio input on the rear of this unit. I already touched on the Sirius XM control ready. Talked about the RCAs. Of course, you can see it's a variable illumination. Pick your color, tune it in, make it match your interior perfectly. Very nice. Now, iPod compatibility. That's something we're talking about. This one here will work from anything from the Classic to the 5th generation, which I haven't even seen yet. The Nano from the 1st to the 7th generation. The touch will work from the 1st through the 5th. It will not work with the iPod mini. As far as the iPhone, which most people are interested in, it'll work with the 2G all the way up to the newest 5 model. This unit will play FM through the US bands as well as the European tuning. So if you're overseas, this unit can actually work for you. Big selling point for Kenwood. Kudos for that. RDS, if you don't know what RDS means, radio data service. So when you have this thing plugged into a regular tuner or you have any other analog information, this will automatically convert all the digital text and information, display it right here on your display. Very cool feature. Anybody would like that. Now, real quick, how it's laid out. Very, very nice. These units only come in this color, which is gloss black. It's very nice. It's very sleek. Up here, that's just your power button. 1 through 3, 4 through 6. These here are your presets for your satellite or your AM or your FM. FM would have a total of, what is it, 6, 12, yeah, so you'd have 18 presets for FM, 6 AM, if you even use that. Source, zoom in, back out button, which just like it is for a tablet, because this is so computery-like. This rotary encoder knob, which turns left, right, and it's also a push-in style. This here is your track, forward, backwards, fast forward, rewind, respectively. Audio, you hold for function to get into the settings. This here changes colors. It's a bicolored LED. This is for the telephone. So if you're on a source and you listen to, I don't know, whatever, Pandora, or you're listening to a CD, the phone will automatically interrupt. This would give the option to answer the phone. It would mute your audio and allow you to speak at the same time. You could set all those settings up within the unit in the functionality section. Also, you can upload your full phone book. You play, pause button right here for your iPod sources, because that's what most people are using. Your display, so you can control all your text, what you see on the screen, right there at a fingernail's touch. So, very well laid out. You can't really complain about a whole lot here. So, real quick, I'm going to cut this part out, and I'm going to get to turn this thing on myself, and I'm going to physically interact with it just to give you a quick idea of what this unit can do, how it does it, and if it's for you. Alright, so here we are. I basically just hit the source button. We got the green going on, so we got the Hulk radio. Your presets, these are nice hard buttons. They're not soft and gushy, which I think is a good thing. I mean, I like the way this unit is built. From everything that I see, the way these click, I mean, the way these buttons feel, they're not loose, they're not sloppy, they're tight, they're easy to push, but they're not too hard to push. Everything, I gotta say, from my experience, my years of experience, trust me on that, very nice. I've seen much worse. I can honestly say I haven't seen a whole lot that are better. I like it. So, stuff that really matters to people, especially to me, if I was going to use a unit like this, I would probably use this as an upper entry level or, you know, upper middle of the road unit at least case in a vehicle. Your audio section to me is always key. That's super important. So where it starts, this is a subwoofer level control. Now, of course, like I said, you can turn the knob left and right and push it in as well. Pushing it in is going to give you subwoofer level. You have the back button, bass level, mid, and treble level. EQ Pro is going to bring you to the parametric EQ, so it starts off in the bass, and if you kept going, it would go to mid and treble, and just keep going in those three, you know, roundabout kind of way. Bass adjust. Now you can adjust the frequencies for your frequencies. Whoop. Your frequencies right there, 100 Hertz, 200 Hertz. This is where you want to emphasize the sound of your lower frequencies. And you go back, your Q factor, bass extender, and your center, which is what we just did. Bass extender, just simple on and off. I'm not going to get crazy with all the stuff because I don't want to bore you to death, but I do want to show you what's available. Back to the EQ Pro, and it's nice because unlike a lot of radios, you got to hit a lot of buttons and there's a lot of, you know, guessing going on to figure out how you got back to where you got. This button here is actually nice for most people to understand. Preset EQ, which of course would just be the factory settings. Bass boost, which you would use, basically it's like a loudness feature. It would emphasize the lower bass frequencies, which is really good and valuable for lower powered systems or when you're listening at a lower volume level. Loudness, similar kind of a deal, but different. Your balance, your fader, and back to your subwoofer. Now, getting back to the home screen, if you take the same button, the audio button, hold it, you get into the whole another mode, the function. To your settings, set all that stuff up however it is that you like it to be. Oh. And that's it. I forgot, it's actually just that simple. So there you have it. I mean, it's really nice. It's an attractive unit. It's ease of use, I'd give it, you know, maybe I'd say about a good 8 out of 10, you know. I mean, if you were familiar with Kenwoods, someone like myself, I wouldn't have a whole lot of trouble, especially once you get the sound set exactly the way you want it and everything's just so the way you like it to be. Just get in there, turn this car on. This thing would be a joy to anybody to use. I like this unit. The only thing that I can say that in today's review, I will not be going into the AHA review. I will not be doing the Pandora or the iHeartRadio. Everybody who has one of these units already knows how it works. I'm not going to bore you to death. I mean, sure, you can plug it in and see the words, but really, I mean, how long do you want to watch me on this video? You know, I got things to do too. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap it up. So this here is the review, DPX500BT. Enjoy.